returning to that topic of like digital scarcity as well, this is where again we'll head into possibly some technical sort of terms and stuff, but there's also a role for something called NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens. This is something that one of our members, Magnus, was asking about. Are NFTs going to be a part of Rocky going forward, and how is that going to be implemented? And maybe we start by actually defining what a non-fungible token is in the first place.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so non-fungible tokens, NFT, has been around for quite some time, and if I try to, dumb it down in a way, I just call it a digital piece of ownership, right? So, you go buy a car at the dealership. He gives you a pink slip. He gives you a paper that says you are the owner of this car. You are the owner, and here's the proof. Look, I have the purchase contract or the pink slip. You own the car. So, in an easy way, an NFT is this digital piece of ownership that gets stored on the blockchain. Again, it's uncheatable. It's only tied to you, but it's also a tradable commodity that you can sell to other people. And it's been really, really big in the crypto art community, where graphic artists are making digital art and selling the ownership of that art as an NFT. So the NFT becomes, the ownership contract shows, look, Paul has this incredible, cool graphic, and he bought the NFT for 1 Ethereum. The ownership there is recorded on the blockchain. Now you own it. And then, 6 months later, you can sell it to someone else that buys that digital ownership of that digital art from you. And now there's even artists that are doing digital art coupled with loops and songs and snippets, 30-second, 20-second loops, and make it motion graphic and some very cool stuff. And that industry is absolutely humongous. It's a mega multi-dollar business with super very, very talented artists who are releasing crypto art on a regular basis, selling the NFTs. There's a couple of big market spaces. So, imagine the eBay for crypto art, where regular people can go in and say, oh, wow, look at this really cool graphic from Paul. It's only 1 Ethereum to buy the ownership, and they buy that NFT ownership. But, what I realized when looking at this, and, I'm a fan of the industry, but I realized, it doesn't necessarily work for music, because when I look at it, if let's say we have 4 or 5 million independent artists in the world, I think very, very, very few of them are also graphic artists that can make graphic art, or they can make animated videos together with their music. Most of them are just musicians. So we wanted to do NFTs, but we kind of took a step back and really kind of thought about how could NFTs work for music, and where does it make sense? And we're basically launching with 2 NFT offerings on Rocky. And to kind of make this sounding simple, the first one we basically call a royalty owner NFT. So if Paul is uploading a song, he can decide to sell, let's say, 50% of future royalty earnings of that song as an NFT. So 50% of royalty ownership becomes this digital ownership contract, the NFT. Then fans can bid on that, or you can set a fixed price and say, hey, I want $100 to give away 50% royalty rights. So fans can pick that up and buy it, invest in it, and now they basically become a stakeholder of the song. And what's cool about that is, and we did a couple of ones last year. We did a big one with Guy J, where he auctioned off 50% of royalty rights for his track Cotton Eyes, which is exclusive on Rocky. And we put that up on an auction protocol website called Bounce.finance. And it sold for 40 Ethereum, which back then was like 24,000. But 40 Ethereum today is, it's almost triple. But the cool thing about that is I think that rather than selling 50% to one person, you're better off selling 1% to 50 people. Because then you basically have 50 investors or 50 stakeholders in your song that are financially vested in the success of the song. So what we have seen is that fan behavior change from being this passive listener who put on their headset, they put on their playlist on Spotify, they press play, they go on about their day. That's it. But now, if you have 50 stakeholders, they are much more inclined to share the music on social media, to promote it, to help on marketing and activities, to help the track get more exposure, because they are stakeholders. It's like you, Paul, if you are going to sell me 20% of MYT, I come in as an investor. You can be sure that I'm going to do everything that I can to bring you value for your business, so we can grow it and grow the business even more with contacts, with know-how, promotions, etc. So when we can get fans that become stakeholders of the royalty incomes of the song, some really cool things happen. So we're really excited about that one. So royalty income right is the first NFT, so fans can buy pieces of royalty rights of a song. And the second one is we basically just call it listening NFT, and I can share you some links. We made a Medium article just about how these NFTs work and how they can be beneficial. But simply the listening NFT kind of works in a very simple way. Just imagine Paul uploads a song, and you will only allow 100 fans to be able to listen to it. So they basically get locked behind a listening NFT, and you put a price on what the key that would unlock it will cost. So let's say it's just $10, right? So $10 times 100, that's upfront revenue that you get directly, and then those lucky 100 fans that hold that NFT key, or just simply the digital access key, are able to stream that song, are able to insert that into their playlist. Nobody else have access to that song but those 100 lucky NFT owners. Now that also becomes a tradable commodity, because it's essentially just a digital right. You have a digital right to hear this song. So if anyone is like me, when I get a new track that I love, I will play the crap out of it for 2-3 months. And then it just kind of disappear far down in my library, and I kind of forget about it. So fans can then basically sell that NFT with someone else on the platform, on this secondary marketplace that we're building, where similar to the crypto art exchanges, where you can see thousands of different crypto art creators who are offering their content creations for sale. The same thing here. It will be a secondary market where fans can sell and buy these listening NFTs, because maybe you really wanted to buy the listening NFT of Bjorn Niklas' new song Heaven, but you didn't make the cut, or they sold out too quickly and nobody wants to sell it. But 3 months later, somebody is selling it, and hopefully they're selling it for a small profit of what they paid for it originally. So those are the kind of the first two NFT offerings that we are working on, which I think makes a lot of sense for music. And you don't have to be, a digital graphic artist to make, art associated together with the music. It's just simply music. You do what you do best, and that's producing music. So this can be a great new way for artists to receive new upfront revenue, whether that's selling 20% of future royalties and you're you're getting $200 from doing that. Getting $200 on the spot, you'll have to still have a lot of streams on Spotify to get $200, and it's going to take you a pretty long time to even collect it. So some, a great new ways for artists to earn new upfront revenue, and new kind of fun ways for fans to get involved in the music, either as shareholders of the royalty, if you say, or just bringing back that nostalgia of owning something collectible, scarcity. You know what? That new song from Paul, there was only 10 copies on the NFT. I got one. You don't have it. Only you can enjoy it. So when your mates come over for a party, you can play it. Then like, what is this record? Can I, where do I get it? You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only 10 copies. There's only 10 listening rights. So there's of course more things you can do with the NFTs, and you can own the entire song as an NFT setup. But we can look at those later.
Yeah.
The importance now for me was create easy ones that can bring new upfront revenue, because most of my artist friends are really struggling now with no income from gigs, etc. And this is kind of proven to be that. And right now we're launching our public version of the platform where new artists can sign up. And I think, Paul, you might have a referral code later on that you can share with your community.
Indeed.
So they can bypass the line. And the next things we're turning on are basically the token payment system. So every day, if you have streams, you get your daily statement that shows how many streams you had, how many tokens you earned, etc. And then after that, we're rolling out this NFT marketplace and the NFT offering, which I'm very excited about.
No.